So when you got over here to Cloverdale, this was 1980 what?
84.
Oh, 84. Okay, things are already in full motion in 84.
So yeah, 84, everybody was everything. And that's why I had a conversation with Nico D.
Nico D.
Yeah, and he was telling me that the MansField started in 88, 89, and I'm like, Nico, you remember I was over here, because that's when I met him in 84.
He's correct, though. He's saying MansField Gangsters started in 88. They were MansField Hustlers in 84.
Oh, okay. All right.
They were MansField Hustlers. I think they started in 81.
Well, they had pistols.
Yeah.
They was getting into it with the schoolyard Crips. They had enemies.
They had enemies.
They moved over and was off of Washington and Harvard and that area of LaSalle and over there.
And when their first casualty, Chucky Patterson, was killed, they were still MansField Hustlers.
Right.
I think they turned gangster in 88. They used to hit up MFH.
Right.
MFH. Money, feeling, hoes was their thing. And I think for a while they didn't really want to gangbang, but they kind of got pulled into it.
Man, they was over there. So when I came over here, there was a wall, and I had brought Monster with me over here one day. And Monster went outside and hit up on the wall, rolling 20s, right? And the very next day, a dude came out, and he had crossed over it, and he wrote MansField. Now, maybe he wrote MansField Hustler, but I know who it was, a dude named G-Ride. We got down to the bottom line. Okay, G-Ride, you could hit up on the wall, but you can't cross out Bloods, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a dude named G-Ride, and there was a dude lived over here, Keith and Ricky. They was making money, and they was making money with me, and they was like, man, you can't fuck that off, telling G-Ride he can't fuck it off. So they was like, but Skip, you can't bring Bloods over here to write on our walls either. So it was like, all right, well, shit, I'm out of line, I'm out of pocket, but he out of pocket too, because my homie didn't disrespect. You know what I mean? He didn't put a CK and whack it out or nothing. So,
well, I think just hitting up in another hood, that's disrespect right there from the jump.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. There was a dude over here went to LA High from Raymond Avenue Crips, and he would write on the walls. They ain't have an issue with that. He wrote Raymond Crips. I think his name was Bart Dog or Bar Dog or something like that. But him and his brother was over here.
Well, it was kind of cool that they didn't kind of run all these people out, because all of y'all was outsiders, technically.
Yeah, we was outsiders. But here's one of the beauty. I think the reason why they didn't even trip on me was because I was bringing pounds of cocaine over here. I wasn't coming over here with a sack.
You was bringing to work.
I was bringing to work.
Yeah.
Where they could benefit from. And we had a common enemy, which was the schoolyards, and I was bringing my pistol. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this the wall that Monster and G-Ride hit on.
It always say MansField on this wall,
right,
to this day.
Right. So, yeah, so this was my area right here, the alley and all of them down the street. So, yeah, somewhere near the corner. Because my spot was back here behind that gate is closed. Now you can't even get back there through there.
So at this time in 84, Gramercy wasn't popping? Fifth Ave and Pico wasn't popping?
Yeah, they had been popping.
Yeah.
But everybody was out there.
In 84, everybody was already out there?
I mean, shit, you had whoever was out there was out there. There was, Big was out there. Snake was out there. Will from Gramercy Street, he was out there. Whoever you could think of was out there already. So Chris was looking for something new. So Chris wanted me to, buy my stuff from him. So he found a spot for me. And this is the spot he found, was Cloverdale. But Chris gave up on it early. He was like, because the schoolyards would come through and, I was gang banging more now. I went from not really tripping off gang banging to now I'm full-fledged with it. So he was like, man, this ain't gonna work. So he left and I stayed. And I made a lot of money on the street. And I helped other people on the street make a lot of money.
So most of those other people that was making money were either MansFields or Crips?
Yeah, so the MansFields would come over here. There was a couple of neighborhood Crips, Zigzag, Zach, that's my partner. Zach and his brother was over here. The Marvins, Diamond, Maniac, and them, they would come through here every now and again. But I would get into it with the Marvins. I didn't necessarily get into it with none of the Mansfields, but sometimes the Marvins would come over here aggressive, and we would get into it, and I just go back on Marvin Street, and Scotty and Lucky and them would tell me can't nothing happen to their homeboys over here. They say Cloverdale's yours, Skip, but if anything happened to anybody from Marvin Gangster, we coming for you. So to me, that was a lot of respect, and I held my head high, like, all right, shit, the same way I'm gonna protect my life, I'll protect theirs. But the Mansfields didn't have problems with none of it though, because when I came over here, there was Brad and Rondi, Mancini, Red. There was a few people who made a lot of money, and when I left here and went out of town, Ray Dale from PBG, when I left and went out of town, I took him with me. So when I went to Vegas and really was slanging keys, so over here I was buying a half a key, then I was buying a key. But when I went to Vegas and now we got 5, 10 keys, I'm taking the Mansfields with me. I took the 20s with me, took the IVC, well, the IVCs took me, as a matter of fact. So we had a Crip and Blood collaboration that all started right here. I had IVCs on this block. I had my boy Tim and his brother Daniel. Daniel went bad. He started smoking the shit and then robbing people and stuff on the block, but Tim was solid, a solid dude, and he was over here, you know, Crips and Bloods together, man. 84, 85.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Like and comment below to give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related videos to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.